Great welcome to you, sir, once again.
Thank you. So, can I take over?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Uh, the session we will be speaking not on NAC but only on NIRF, as sir said. This has become mandatory once again. Uh, if not, you think it's mandatory, it will become mandatory surely for all of us. Uh, for example, I'm in an autonomous college, and for us to become now onwards a deemed to be university, we have already applied for deemed to be university. But if at all, if I have to apply now onwards to a deemed to be university status, or even as the NEP says, degree awarding university to start with, you should have a good score in NRF. That's the criteria they have put. They have put everywhere benchmarks. No, you should be within top 50 in NRF and all. So it is becoming very difficult now for you to move to the next level unless you show quality. So NRF is one such process or framework which is adopted by the government of India itself. Earlier, what used to happen, we used to take part in the surveys. I mean, even now also we are taking part in the surveys organized by, let's say, India Today, the Week survey, the Week magazine, the India Today magazine, along with some research agencies. They are doing the surveys, right? So we used to take part in such, and we are continuing to take part in those, but those are all private. But was there a government, approved or supervised survey? There was no. Presently, since to 2017, 16, it started. 2017 onwards, we are getting ranks. The colleges are also getting ranks for under NRF. We started from the first year itself. We started applying, and the first year they did not give ranks for the colleges because the number of applications were very less. And then we got the 44th rank to start with in 2017. No, 44th rank is something great, no, in the country. But then the number of colleges again applied were very few. Some of the top institutes only did not apply, and therefore our rank was at 44. Next to 2018 and 19, we did not get any rank. In the sense, we did not get within 100. We were getting within 100 to 150. That means our names were not coming in the top 100. We were in 100 to 150 band. But still it is good because they give ranks till 200 for the colleges, up to 200. And we were within 101 to 150 in 2018 and 19. And 2020, again, we came to 94, rank number 95. Okay, 20. 18, I said the first to 44, right? And then, 94, something like that. Last year, we again went out to 101 to 150. It's very difficult to maintain the position. 95 you are there means even with the one score also, which I'll show you, you will be out of the 100th rank. And now we are in 101 to 150. But we are still happy because in Mangalore, we are the only one college to feature in this NRF within 150. There is no other college. One more you will find from Bangalore. Correct? No. So it's very difficult to score. But then, is it important that you should take part in the process of NRF? The answer is yes. Correct, no? And for NRF, when you start, somewhere you have to start. When you start, you are giving only 1 year data. But next onwards, the same data keeps, showing for the previous 2 years. Because, many a times the ranking is built on the 3-year data. 3-year data. All right. So when you are starting, first, maybe you may have to give the 3-year data, but then after that, the same data will continue. You have to enter only for the 1 year. First, previous academic year. Always you are giving the data of the completed academic year. Let me take you to my presentation. So I will go for the entire screen now again.
Okay.
So I'm presenting the entire screen, sharing entire screen. This is the presentation. Let me go full screen. Okay. All right. I think it's clear.
Yes, sir.
So we're in day 7, 10-day National Faculty Development Webinar. And this is going to be my content. I have only 4 points to share. This will be a very simple one, but then a lot to say. Introduction, having introduction, and then there will be parameters. We'll discuss the 5 parameters of NRF and the process itself with one example. and I will show you my own college sample data and calculation of score. That will give you some idea maybe as to how things are at the moment in India, and also let's say in Karnataka or in Mangalore, to be very specific. Let's see. Introduction. Uh, Whether NIRF is ranking only the colleges, the answer is no. But I will restrict my talk only to colleges. Okay, but there are 11 categories in which the ranking takes place. Overall ranking, universities ranking, only universities ranking, research institutes ranking, engineering colleges ranking is going on, management colleges. That means if your college is having even management, we apply even for management also, but we don't get through. Okay, medical colleges can be ranked, dental colleges can be ranked, pharmacy colleges, law colleges, and architecture colleges. At the moment, fashion technology and other things have not come, though India today and week also ranks fashion technology and all that, right? But these are the ranks that we have, and we are happy that we were last year at 95 rank, and this year, of course, again in 101 to 150 band. I will show you all this from their website, how this ranking takes place and all. Okay, good. So this was the ranking announced by the present education minister of government of India. He announced these rankings, and yeah, it was again for 11 categories, all the 11 categories they announced. Okay, and for us, we ought to always click on this. I will do that a little later. Yeah, these are the parameters of ranking. Okay, which are the parameters? First one, TLR, we call it as. Full form of this is teaching, learning, and resources. So which means even the financial thing also will come in this category only. How much we spend per student, that also will come here. Learning also will come here. Teaching also will come here. Your placements, scholarships, everything comes in this itself. Teaching, learning, and resources. Scholarship amount given to the students, placements of the students, number of students moving for higher education, your intake, your sanctioned students admitted, all that will come in TLR, teaching and learning resources. Second one, RP, it is called in short, research and professional practice. This one. I copied this from NIRF site itself. I did not go to make it. Okay, RP, research and professional practice. Most of the time, it's always this data they only will give you. They will cull out your research data from Web of Science, Scopus, and they will send you that these are your publications. You have to only verify and say yes. Okay, most of the time you have to only say yes because it will be proper. Okay, research and professional practice. So you have less work to do here in this parameter because third party, that means the agency only will send you your college data. Graduation outcome. Okay, this is pass. How many are passed? How many are cleared? And how many are going in for replacements, higher education? All that will come here. I think I made a mistake by saying that in teaching, learning, resources only it comes. No. It comes here in graduation outcome. Okay? In teaching, learning, resources, sanction, strength, students admitted, and I said financial implications. All that will come here. Okay. Here you will get the results of the students and all that, higher education and self-employment and placements, job placements, all placements. Therefore, when I say placements, it is job placements as well as higher education placements. Fourth one is OI, outreach and inclusivity. This is, asking questions like, simple questions, whether all your college buildings have ramps, such questions. You can say either yes or no or 80% or whatever for that. These kind of questions are there. In 4, I will show you the format. And last one is PR, stands for perception. which is never in our hand, because it is a perception. And this is where the ranking differs. Because right now, my college, St. Aloysius College, we are in which city? We are in Mangalore city, no? Mangalore city is not a big city. Bangalore, if my college was there, this college would have been a big name, maybe, right? But not in Mangalore. Actually, we are happy that Mangalore comes in the national ranking framework. Though we are in city Mangalore, but if you are in Bangalore, your perception will be higher. If you are in Delhi, your perception is better. Perception means how others are looking at you, how the stakeholders are looking at this institution. So they collect the information from stakeholders, like including education institutions, but not from you. You can't write about yourself. No, you can write about, if they ask you which are the other 10 top institutes in India, you cannot mention yours. Then what you will be writing? No, you have to write. You have to write, and then we will say, okay, some Christian College, Bangalore, Christ College, Jain University, and all that. So like that, their perception goes on increasing. Whereas I doubt anybody sitting at Delhi will write Aloysius College name, or let's say Katil, SDPT Katil's name. To write and all, it's very difficult. No, we need to have that perception, right? So this is the one which always changes the entire process. Ranking, perception, because this is not given by you. You are not submitting any data for this. This is again picked up by them, and this is there in every private ranking also. India Today also, this is their perception, and this is where our rankings differ. Sometimes you will see a college may not be as good as yours, but still the rank is higher than you because their perception is very high. Perception score is very high. They may not be doing well in other things. Research and professional practice, they may not be good. Graduation outcome, they may not be good, but still their ranking is high. So these are the 5 parameters here. Unlike NACA, which had 7 criteria, here you are ranked based on these 5 parameters. Everything is clubbed into these. Which is the first one? The first one is teaching and learning resources. The second one is research and professional practice. The third one is graduation outcome. And the fourth one is outreach and inclusivity. And the last one is perception. Okay. Good. Now let's move to the next slide, the weightage. I put 2, but you select only this because this we can discard. This I have put for engineering colleges just to show that there is a different weightage. But whether the parameters are same, obviously. Even for medical college also, the parameters will remain the same, but the weightage differs. Okay, please have that in mind. These parameters will remain the same. This is for all the 11, what we have shown here, no? For all the 11 categories, the parameters are only these 5. But whether the weightage is the same, no. So I have been asked to concentrate only on colleges, therefore, and my interest is also colleges only because I belong to a college category. 40%, 0.4 means it's 40% of the weightage is for TLR. Next highest, it goes to graduation outcome, placements, higher education, self-employment, whatever, results, whatever, here. Okay. And then comes to research and professional practice. How many are guides, publications, whatever, PhD numbers, all that will come here. Even the PhD number will come in the previous one. We'll see the questions later. Outreach and inclusivity and perception carry 10%. So let me write TLR, therefore, what is the percentage? 40%. This one you should concentrate, no? So all the institutions who are looking for, NIRF and all, whenever you write, please concentrate on the first one. Try to improve the first one. Refer the data given by other institutes. Find out how they are doing and learn from that. And then try to improve your own. That's the best way to learn, no? Looking at others. Correct, no? Looking at better ones, no? That's what we also do. We learn from them, how they must have done. Study their entire data sheet. Is it available in the website? Obviously, it is available. In everybody's website, they are supposed to keep it compulsorily. Correct, no? And you can always send your feedback based on the, they will keep it open, no? Sometimes they'll announce, NRF will announce. Now it's time for feedback. Give the feedback. And if you have any questions, queries and all that, you can raise. for other institutes as well. So research and professional practice 25%, sorry, 15%, correct? 15%. And then graduation outcome percentage is 25%. So this itself is important, no? According to me, these two are very important. You should not neglect. Professional practice sometimes in colleges will not be great. I understand. But these two, if you can concentrate, I think in NRF, you will get ranks within 200. Because only within 200 they publish in the website. Within 200. The names at least will come. I will show you that. Outreach and inclusivity, 10%. Perception, 10%. If you look at engineering, which I've said I will not do, see, they have given 30% weightage only. And they have given 30% weightage for research, 20% weightage only for graduation outcome. Okay? Outreach and inclusive 10, 10, 10, like ours only. But here they have changed, no? 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. They have changed. That's how it is. So with that, I finished my first part, introduction. Correct? So what we had in the introduction, if you see, I just said there are 11 categories in which the Ministry of Education, HRD, they categorize the institutes into all the institutes into 11 categories, not all the institutes. Only for these categories, they give the rankings. Okay. Sometimes for law and all, there may not be 100 ranks and all, only 25 or 50 will be there. Depends on the number of colleges which are there. So colleges, how many are there? 45,000 nearly institutes, including autonomous and all that. So in that, to get within 100 is something great actually. But if you ask me whether all are applying for college category, sometimes some institutes, even if they are top also, they may not apply, because there are two reasons could be. One is the fear of getting a lower rank maybe than the others, and therefore your image will go down in public. Other one could be, why? I don't want any help from the government, for in terms of funding and in terms of other things and all. Therefore, I don't want. I'm managing self-financing institute. Why I should write or take part in this survey? So these are the only two reasons could be, there. But once it is made mandatory, then you cannot avoid, right? It is mandatory means it's compulsory means it's over. You have to take part. Whether data is poor or data is good, you need to submit the data, right? That's what we said. We went to the parameters, 5 parameters. We got the weightage also, 40%, 15, 25, 10, 10. But which is not in your hand here. Most of the time, this is not in your hand, 10%. This also, the research and professional practice, the publications, they'll pull out from, Web of Science and Scopus. So nothing is in your hand. If at all, of course, it's in your hand in the sense you need to produce the good quality research paper. That's all is in your hand. But the marks, they will give you based on the top institute ranking, how they are performed. After that, you will get. Loyola College Chennai gets 100, marks in this, full 100 marks. Remember, everybody has to get 100 marks only. Weightage is only this, but marks are 100. 100 out of 100 they get. So they have the reference. Then it goes on decreasing from there, right? So that's what we said. And now we go to parameters. Again, we know the parameters, 5. So teaching, learning, we said the percentage weightage is 40%, 100 marks, and how this 100 marks are divided. 20 marks is for student strength. When I say student strength, it doesn't mean that, if you have more strength, you have more marks. Less strength, less marks. No. It will be the intake and admitted. Please understand, intake and admitted. So many times what happens is we have taken, maybe we are a good old institute. We must have taken for arts, let's say 5, for science, let's say we have taken 540 permission from the university. But for some reason, science people are not taking. Our admissions are, let's say, 250. Look at this gap. Intake is 540, and admitted is 250. What to do? Your marks will be very less. So what you have to do? Either you should increase the admission rate, which is difficult, no? So what you do is you consciously go to the university and say, I want less intake. I don't want the previous one. Reduce the number. Or if an autonomous institute, you can do it, no, yourself. Governing, I can do it in my governing body, we reduce. So, but for you, you have to write to the university and say that I don't want this intake, because otherwise you'll get affected here. Your score will get affected here. But if you think that, sometimes we think, okay, if you reduce now, later on, if you want, again, it's a tedious process, again, we have to apply. Then you need to sacrifice these marks in NRF. You can't get everything, no? You will have to make a cautious decision. Even if next time, if I want, how much I want, that much only we should keep. Now, remaining you can surrender. Maybe those days, those combinations and all were doing well, and you had taken, and some courses which are not doing well, if you're closing, it's well and good, no? With 1 or 2 students, we cannot run a combination, correct? Minimum required, no, 15 at least. So that's how we must make a decision of keeping the courses alive, closing down by writing properly, right? And not showing them in the NIRF, because you close those programs. I say courses, it's programs, okay? Programs, correct. And then this FSR, it has 30 marks. So I am explaining you how this 100 is divided. 20 plus 30 plus 20 plus 30. 30 is faculty student ratio. So I said 1:20 will give you full marks. Yes, it will give you if you have. Otherwise, it will be lesser and lesser. 30 marks you won't get. Then combined metric for faculty quality and experience. So PhD will be considered here. Faculty with PhD. How many of your faculty are having PhD or equivalent? And experience will count here. Correct, no? At least do they expect all the staff to have 15 years and more? Surely, I mean, not all the staff, different. But the balance should be there. I'll show you that. Between 8 to 15, 33%, above 15, 33%, and 0 to 8, 33%. 33%. That means it becomes nearly 100%, no? 33.33, I'm saying. So they are saying 0 to 8 years category, 33%, 8 to 15 years of experience, 33%, 15 to above 33%. If an institute has this balance of 1:1:1 in these 3 categories, then you will get full marks, that is 20. Look at your own institutes and find out where are we. This is what the government wants. Now the NRF wants, framework wants. The Ministry of Education wants you to do this. Have a healthy, ratio of juniors to seniors, 1:1:1. Okay. FRU, this is financial resources and their utilization. So finance, I said, no, will come in TLR only. So here, they will not worry about how much you have earned, okay? What is a collection, they will not ask you. They will get an idea of how much you have collected based on your expenditure only. And expenditure has 2 parts, capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. You are supposed to give the data for this. Looking at this only, they will get an idea what is your collection, because no institute will spend more than what they have collected, no? Or sometimes maybe, but then it's good, no, that you are spending more than what is spent. So they will never ask you to disclose your fees or how much you collected from each and all that. They will only ask you how much you have spent. So both on buildings and on academic and physical infrastructure and activities. Okay, good. So that's coming in TLR. So TLR 100 marks is divided as student strength 20 marks, faculty student ratio 30 marks, faculty quality and experience 20 marks, financial resource and utilization 30 marks. Next, research and professional practice. This I said, no third party will give you the score, but only say yes. Because what it contains 70 marks for publications and 30 marks for quality of publication. Combined metric for publications, combined metric for quality of publication, 30 marks. So 70 marks for publication, right? And from where they get the data? You're not submitting any data for this. They only will pull out from UGC referred journals and Web of Science and Scopus, and they'll give you mostly from Web of Science and Scopus. Graduation outcome. 25%, no weightage, but 100 marks. Again, how these 100 marks is divided? It is shown here. 40 marks for combined metric for graduation, placement, and higher education. So both the placements, job placements as well as higher education placement, 40 marks. An examination, your results, okay, 40 marks. And median salary, put all the salaries of all the students together, median salary, right? That graduate median salary, that has got 20 marks. So you need not worry about this last one because it's 20 marks, no? Salary, but see that everybody is getting placed. When we say everybody is getting placed, not necessarily all for job only, no? Higher education, no dropouts. After graduation, they want you to, the students to go for higher education. Surely there will be some dropouts because examination results will not be 100%, no? So that way dropouts will be always there. But out of the remaining, how many are going for jobs and how many are going for higher education? With the proof you need to have. For placements, you need to have the offer letters, right? And for jobs, higher education, you need to have, their ID cards of where they are joined, all that. In case if they ask, you should be able to supply. And they will ask, occasionally they will ask, send the details. And they will give you only 24 hours or 48 hours sometimes, 2 days or 1 day, submit the data. That will be huge, no? For those many students, you cannot cook up the data last minute. You have to be alert. All this, when you give the data, numbers only you have to give, total number, but you need to fill the sheets and keep ready, Excel sheets. Otherwise, you are caught later. Outage and inclusivity, very less weightage, but still how the 100 marks are divided. Regional diversity, women diversity, economically and socially challenged students, and PCS. When I say regional diversity, how many students are from other states, countries, and so on? Women diversity, how many of your students are from are female? Women diversity. And then ESCCS means how many students are getting scholarships? Economically and socially challenged students. How many are given scholarships? When it comes to scholarship, how many are given from the institution? How many are given from government? And how many are getting from, let's say philanthropists, private agencies, right? And last one is facilities for physically challenged students. This is what I said, ramp, lift facility, and all that, those questions. This will be easy to answer, the last one. But the problem is this diversity. First one, 30 marks. 30 marks for women diversity. 20 marks for this and 20 marks for this. So suppose you are a women college, it is 100%, nothing to worry. But otherwise, you should see, that there should be a healthy, ratio of women to men. That's what they expect. Good. And again, marks are based on the top marks. It's all that way. Last one is oral assessment 100. On component metrics are explained in the following pages. See who is supposed to give you the perception, peer perception. That means other institutes, how they look at your institution. Your employers are giving the feedback. How is Aloysius College? How is Katil College? How is the Canberra College? Like that. How is government college? Whichever, Castile, whatever. Academic peers. These are the ones who are giving the feedback of the institution, and then based on this, all the institutions are having a rank. So that completes the second point as well, right? So we saw in this how the 100 marks which are allotted for each of the 5 parameters. 5 parameters have 100 marks each, and how these 100 marks are divided. Sometimes into 4 categories, 4 sections, sometimes into 3, having weightage like this 30, 20, 30, 20, or sometimes 30, 30, 10, 20, 20, like that it is, no? Okay, I hope you understood that. See this once again, if you want to see this one, how it is divided, 100 marks, 30, 30, 20, 20. How these 100 marks are divided, 40, 40, 20, sometimes only 3. How these 100 marks are divided, only 2, see, 70 and 30. 100 marks, 20, 30, 20, 30, like that. Okay, good, great. So now the process. Let's see. I'm giving the example for, of course, I have the entire document here with me. This, if I click no, the entire document is available and it's available in NIRF website. How the student strength is done. See, once again, to remind you, if I have to go back, first one, you remember the total score 20, 30, 20, 30. Okay, student strength 20, faculty student ratio 30, faculty quality and experience 20, financial resources and utilization 30. Okay, so now we are here. We are trying to find out how much I will get in parameter 1, and which is my parameter 1 TLR, in which I have SS for 20 marks, FSR, faculty student ratio, for 30 marks, then faculty quality and experience for 20 marks, and financial resources and utilization for 30 marks. I am showing you the calculation of only this based on the document. SS. It is calculate. Maximum marks is 20. So 20 multiplied by which number will give you 20? Surely 1. No? 1 into 20 will be 20. So what you need to understand here is this one should give you the answer 1 to score full. The function F stands for function of NT, NE. What is NT here? NT, the first component here. Total sanction, that's what I was saying, approved intake in the institution, considering all UG and PG programs of the institution. So when I say programs, your programs are having this way. Some are 3 years UG are there. Some institutions are having 4 years UG also. You have scope to enter all this. 2 years PG, all right? 1 year PG is there sometimes. PG diploma, all these courses are there, no? So these are the 4 categories which will be there. You enter. Or even 3 years PG courses are there, used to be there earlier. MCA, no? Now it has become 2 years and all. But that these are the categories you have. You have to enter. Intake. For example, MCA, intake is 120 official. Letter is there with you. Government or university letter is there. Or AACT letter is there, sanction letter. That's a base, no? You can't change. AACT gives every year intake for MCA courses and MBA courses, right? We can't change that. And how many are admitted? Total number of students are enrolled. So if at all, if your total number of students enrolled and this one is same for the total, all the programs, then only you'll get 1. Otherwise, your score will be always less than 1, no? Is it possible to score 20 always? Not possible. In a college like ours, where science is there, arts is there, commerce, some of the programs are doing well. Let's say commerce is full, maybe. Correct? But it won't be happening in all, no? And this is only intake means first year. You are taking 1 year. They will understand. No, how many will be there for the 3rd year? Of course, it will keep on changing because sometimes MCA, let's say 120. Next year, I may ask for 30 more. I may get 150. So strength keeps changing, intake. And your actual strength also will keep changing. But you are supplying the data for 1 year. I mean, previous academic year, only for first years. Sanctioned approved intake for the first years of a previous academic year. And number of students enrolled also you are giving. Considering all PG and UG programs. Okay. For all the UG and PG programs means, don't leave any of the program. Years, it depends what they've asked. First year means only first year you have to give. Intake. Only of the first year. Okay. So there is a prescribed format. You have to give the data. Based on the data only, they will give the score. So how to get full score? Then to get full score, your admitted strength should be equal to the sanction strength. Can it be greater than? In some of the colleges I have seen, sometimes the admitted student strength is more than the intake. No problem, no? No problem. They have taken more maybe. What to do? Private colleges most of the time, right? They have more. Intake is less, but they have more in one of the program. No problem at all. No problem at all. But marks will not be more than 1. Maximum you can get is only 1. And I have seen nobody gets 20 out of 20 in India for this. Okay, because always there is a problem. It's difficult to get all the seats filled for all the seats, because you're not claiming it for one program. You're claiming it for a college. Ranking is not for one program. Ranking is for the college. Remember, but it's difficult to get this 20 out of 20 score in this. So I finished with the discussion of SS. Next will be FSR, followed by FQE, FRU. Only for one I'm doing. Remember, don't lose your patience. Similarly, the calculation you have to see for the remaining. Okay, remaining 4 parameters. I'm explaining only for one. How to get full score here? 30. To get the full score 30 here, again, 30 has to be multiplied by 1. Right? Which means this 20 into F by N should be equal to 1. What is F and what is N? F is full-time regular faculty. Full-time regular faculty. What is the meaning of full-time regular faculty? This is taken from last year's 2022 document, and you were supposed to give the data of 2021 at that time. Now, if you are applying for NIRF, you are supposed to give the data of 20 in both the semesters of academic year 2021. Now we have to give for 21-22 because we are in academic year 22-23 now. Correct now? Previous academic year, that is 21-22, you have to give now. This I have copied from the previous. It has not come for the present one so far, but it's time. Soon it will be announced, NRF, right? Faculty on contract basis, ad hoc basis will be considered. See, this is what you need to know very clearly. Sometimes we make mistake here. We think that ad hoc contract we will not consider. If the faculty has taught in both the semesters of the academic year, if the faculty has taught in both the, semesters of academic year, then you can consider them as regular appointment only. Okay, this is the problem. Most of the students, most of the colleges, even government colleges and all, they say, "Oh no, we are only few. All are contractual." Right? If the person has got full work, if he has taught in both the semesters, you consider his name also. Nobody will delete that name. You should say that he has worked for both the semesters. Therefore, understanding this document is very important. Otherwise, many times what will write? Government college may say, I have only 5 full-time faculty. How can you get full marks then? What about the remaining? There are guest faculty, right? Are they there teaching for both the semesters? Yes, then you add. The number keeps on adding. So 20 into F by N, which means your regular faculty it should be more and more. Why? Then the ratio F bar N, this should be 1 by 20 to get full score. No, F by N should become 1 by 20. What is N here? What is N here? N is number of students, total number of students, total number of students, correct. Faculty student ratio, no, total number of students. So what is a healthy ratio they are suggesting us? 1:20, okay. FSR, faculty student ratio, to get full score should be 1:20. Let's say I am having 1:15. Still you won't get more than 1, no. So it will be still 1. Sir, I have 1:70 ratio in my institute, 1:70. Less than 1:70 only, 1:70, at least they will give the marks maybe, because 20 into 1 by 70 you do. Some marks will come, no? Still. 20 goes 3.5 times. All right. So then 30 divided by 3.5. Some value will come. Above that, they will set that to 0. That's what they say. Okay. If at all, if your student to faculty ratio is 1:71, then this mark FSR will be 0. They will not consider. FSR will be set to 0. Not written here. Expected ratio is 1:20 to score full. I hope everybody followed. This is 30 into 20 into F by N. What is F? F is full-time regular faculty. Regular faculty is who? Only those who are having PhD and master's degree, not a BSc degree and all, will not be considered here. So it's important that your full-time faculty is a master degree holder. That's all. With or without PhD, whatever, in this criteria, in this specific parameter. Okay. No graduate. Then N here. N is the total number of students. So you expect 1:20 means this will become 1 and 13 to 1 will be 30. Full score you will get. Again, difficult because faculty student ratio in most of the institutions will not 1:20. Mine also we are suffering this 1:22 maybe we are having close to that. So it's difficult, right? All right. Next component is FQE. Again 20 marks. From where you'll get that 20 marks? See here. One is here. FE you will get 10, no? 10 marks. And from FQ you will get 10 marks. FQE will have two things, no? FQ plus FE. Faculty quality. Faculty quality will be 10 into FRA by 75 calculation. What is FRA? Percentage of faculty with PhD. That's the problem. We don't have 100% staff with the PhD always. Or equivalent qualification, but it's PhD only. Okay. Doctorate degree or doctorate of DLit, whatever degree, equivalent. Equivalent is not a case at NET and all that. Okay. Percentage of faculty with PhD. With the respect to the total number of faculty required or actual faculty, whichever is higher in the previous year. So, if at all, if your FRA is less than 75%, then the calculation is 10 into FRA by 75. If at all, 75% of your staff members, more than 75% of your staff members are having PhD, then full score you'll get always. So, how to get full score? So, your PhD strength should be greater than 75%. No, sir, only 60%, and the calculation will be like this 10 into 75 by 75 will give you full score, no, 10 marks. 70%. If this is 60%, it will be 60 by 75 into 10. That much is the score out of 10. 10 into 60 by 75. Now, how to get faculty experience? That's what I said, no, that time. Faculty experience, I told you. This one, F1. See, 3 into minimum of 3F1, 1, whichever is minimum. So to get full score, there is 3F1 also should be 1, 1, minimum of 1, 1 is 1 only, no? Minimum of 1, 1 is 1 only here. Minimum of 1, 1 is 1 only. What is that F1? F1 is up to 8 years experience. F2 is between 8 to 15. 8 plus to 15. Including 8 is here, okay? 8 plus to 15. And F3 is above 15. Including 15 here, okay? Including 8 here. So healthy combination should be there. 33.33% of staff, if they are having less than or equal to 8, 33% of your staff having less than or equal to 15, and between 8 to 15, and between above 15, 33%. If this is there in your this one, then you will get here 3 plus 3 plus 4 marks. This 3, this 3, this 4. It comes to 10, no? So FE also will be 10. This also will be 10. 10 plus 10, you will get 20 marks. I hope everybody followed. So when to get FQE full? FQE you will get 20, provided FQ, which is divided into FQ plus FE, will be 10 plus 10. And when to get 10? If 75% of your staff is having PhD, you will get 10. And here, if 33.33% of your staff are having experience in the gap 0 to 8, 8 to 15, 15 and above. And here, industry experience also is considered prior to joining your teaching or in between the teaching. In case if somebody had industry experience, that also you're supposed to write. There is a specific column in which you have to write. Remember, that's where we fail. Most of us don't give the industry experience. Of course, there should be a proof which you should collect and keep from the staff industry, because when they release from the industry, they will have the proof, no? That you should collect and keep. Calculation of FRU. I said no. Last one. Here, they are seeing only, as I told you that time, expenditure alone, no income. Only expenditure, no income. Financial resource, no income is asked. From where you are getting the money, they are not asking. Of course, they know that it's coming from fees, scholarships, endowments, from philanthropies, and also on. But they are asking, what is your expenditure? What is your annual capital expenditure per student for previous 3 years? So they're asking for the entire college, therefore. No, 3 years means you understand, no? 3 years. 3 years, so many students were there. 3 years ka expenditure is there. So they divide. So what is a healthy division according to them? Out of the total expenditure, they expect 25% to be spent on infrastructure. That is capital expenditure, buildings, and all that. Okay. No, construction of new buildings is not there. Okay, but repair of building and some modification in the building and all is allowed, excluding expenditure on construction of new buildings. Not there. 25% on capital expenditure means setting up of lab, laboratories, whatever. Purchase of instruments and all that. Okay. Here recurring. So they expect you to spend 75% on recurring expenses, on books, all right, on cultural activities, sports, recurring. So much will be there. No stationery, sending the students elsewhere. Annual operational expenditure per students, giving them scholarships. Correct? No, giving them midday meals. All that comes under recurring. Every year it is there, right? But here also you cannot show maintenance of hostels and allied services in operational expenses. So capital expenditure, they expect you to spend 25%, and they expect you to spend 70% of your expenditure on recurring every year. Then what happens, you see here? BO means operational expenses, BC means capital expenses. Out of 30, what is 75% of 30? It is 22.5, remember. That's what they want. It should be 22.5 into 1. And this should be 7.5 into 1. What is 7.5 of 30? 7.5 of 30 is 1/4, no, 25%. They want you to spend 25% of your expenditure on capital and 22.5% on operations. Then only you will get full score. Okay. Otherwise, relatively, they go on decreasing. Okay. And then it won't be f of b0 should be 1. No, it won't be 1. It will be 0.6 maybe. Here also it will be 0.5. Something like that. They will do 0.4 maybe. But that they go on doing. Okay. Right. If it is 75% here and 25% here, then it will be 1 into 1. 1 and 1. Full marks you will get 1 and 1. If you have spent 20% here and 80% on expenditure, they will change this. Correct? No? So remember that. So that's how they go on calculating FRU. So that's a process. I explained that for one of the parameter, the similar type of question, guidance is given to you for all. Where is it available? I told you, it is there in this manual. It is there in this manual. This is a manual. I can download, I can show you this once. The entire manual is shown here, see? So I get it from here only. It's there in the NIRF website. For every parameter, they have given the explanation for each component. SS. See, SS is this. I copied from here only. FSR. FQE. And this is FRU. Similarly, now next, which is the parameter research. So they have given how they calculate for PU. 70 into function of P by FRQ. P is the weighted number of publications as ascertained from suitable third-party sources. FRQ is the maximum of nominal number of faculty members as calculated on the basis of the required FSR of 1:20. Correct now? Maximum of nominal number of faculty members. P is publication, weighted number of publications. So 70 into 1 only will give you PU for that. Again, one more is QP, no, quality publication. Here CC is the CC, citation count over previous 3 years. So every time it is 3 years data here. Most of the times P is computed for PU. Okay, PU is previously, here it is there. PU. Metric for publication. So to get a full score, 30 into 1 it should be. CC by P should be 1. So like that you can see for all. I will stop at that. I will not continue with that because that is not the idea. The idea is to show you how they do it. That's all. Now sample data. This is of my college. Why I'm showing is because nobody can ask me why you're showing. I can show it, no, because it's available in my website also. It's an open document. See this. For 1920, I showed for 2021 sample data sheet of 2021. My score was rank number 95. I got, remember, as you see this, we got rank 95 for this. And this is 2021 means which year data I am supposed to submit? 2019-20. And remember, only this data I submitted. This also I only submitted but in the preceding years, no? I hope it's all clear. Okay. And you may be wondering why I have not given here 17-18 data. I did not do any mistake. PG 2 years program. Okay. PG 3 years program was there in till 1920. After that, it is not there. Here PG 2 years program 17-18. 17-18 sanctioned intake. Oh, there is a mistake here. Some should be there. Something has happened. It should have been there. PG 1 year is not there. We have closed that diploma now, showing the PG DBM. Actually the course is there, but we thought it is not going to help us because intake and admission, there is a big gap. And therefore we thought we will not show that PG 1 year. So a policy decision somebody has to take, and your principal will do that. They will take and they will say, we will not show it. Okay. So sanctioned intake 910 755 1920. See, we reduced now. We wrote to the university and we said we don't want this many. You may be wondering why you reduce from 910 to 755. Some of the social science departments, for example, economics, English, commerce, even commerce also, MCom, we have 60 strength. But do we get 60 admissions for PG? No, we get only 30. So why not we reduce from 60 to 50 intake only? We did that. And with this, we did for number of programs. We have 20 and odd PG programs. We did it for few, where the admissions were very poor over the years. Therefore, we had to reduce 910 to 755. Some 110, 140, 50, seats we have reduced officially. Here also, see, UG 3 years program, we reduced the intake from this to this, where you must have reduced definitely arts, humanities section and science section. Arts, so many combinations are there, but the students' number is not coming over the years. So we only reduced it and we passed it in our governing body, which is the supreme body, right now, right? So that's how we wanted to reduce and match, right? This is helping us. By doing that, it is helping. Number of male students, female students, total students is obvious. It is calculation within state. All this is regional diversity. This will give the score for women diversity. And this is a regional only here. This is ESC, economically and socially challenged students, ESCS. Correct now? All right. And receiving scholarship, all that will come in ESCS. Everything. Marks will come there. Okay. So this is the kind of sheet they will give you. You have to only fill numbers. Remember, the job is very simple. You have to only give numbers. But I'm telling you, you can't give numbers without having a proper document. No. So we prepare a document and then we give this data. You may wonder, sir, how you give economically backward data, sir? Economic data very simple, no? Whoever is applied for scholarship definitely is from economically backward. Scholarship means which scholarship? Not the merit scholarship and all that. No, other scholarships and all they apply. Midday meals they apply. So we all know that they are from economically backward. And merit come means scholarship they'll apply. Correct? They're all from poor background. So all those come under this only. Socially challenged SC, ST, and OBC students will come here, including male and female. So OBC list is one which you are supposed to always see properly, because there are two lists, no, state and central. We can follow our state list, OBC list, right? We have all the categories, no, category 1, A, 2B, 2A, 3A, 3B, 3C, whatever, right? All these categories put together, all that, we put a number here. Okay, economically backward, socially challenged students. Fine. All that you have to do. This work is there. Terrific work it is. This is our sample score sheet. Just to show you, see this 20, 30, 20, 30. I gave the example of this first one to you, how the marks are calculated. I think you can tell me now, what is SS stands for here? You know it, no? What does SS stands for? Students satisfaction.
Sure.
FSR stands for faculty student ratio. FQE stands for faculty quality and experience. And FRU stands for financial resource utilization. So how much we scored out of 20? 15.5. Out of 30, 22.94. Out of 20, see there, 10.55. We are suffering. Because what was required, 1:2, 1:1. No, we don't have. Greater than 15 years, we are not having. Challenge to retain the staff with 15 years and more. I hope everybody is having this problem, maybe. Correct? No. Unless you are a totally government institutes where all our seniors maybe. Otherwise, all other institutes, anybody, you count the number of students, staff with more than 15 years of experience. Very, very difficult. Then look at this. Our expenditure. 1/3 we got score. Still, our rank was 95, remember? For this score only it is 95. This should encourage you. Correct? No? So you can always do well. It's only the percentage, okay? Not the quantum. Don't think that your expenditure should be in crores, which ours is in crores maybe. It can be in lakhs also. But what is important here is not how much you spend per student, no? Calculation per student. Your college could be a very small college. And I'll tell you, if you see the entire NIRF ranking, who are doing well, the smaller colleges are doing well. Smaller colleges means a compact college with only 500 students or 600 students, 700 students totally. For them, it is easy to concentrate and get a good ranking in NRF. Total student strength, I'm saying 1,000, 1,500, very easy to handle. We have a student strength of 6,800 to handle. It's difficult, correct? No? To maintain the experience, the student ratio, the gap between student strength and the intake and the admission, very difficult. So this is how, look it up, research, publication and quality of publication. Quality of publication we have at least good 1/3, but look at this 4.32, very small, no? But we are much better than most of the institutes. So if you see the entire list, remember, even the good institutes also don't have this score sometimes put together. Then here, this one is very important, graduation outcome, right? See, our results are good. At least out of 40, we are getting, out of 40 marks, we are getting 34 marks, 34.75 marks. Results, this is. Don't get confused. This is graduate university examination, okay? Graduation university examination. GPH is placements as well as higher education. Both are here. Placement and higher education, see here, we are getting only just above 50% marks. A medium salary, our salary, our students are not getting good package, no? So a median salary, put all together, the median salary is 7.48. And then this is regional diversity. See, again, not even 1/3. Correct? This is very good. Women diversity, we have 28.83, good score. Economically and socially challenged, all are getting very less here. All, even number one institute also is getting very less here. But we are getting 4.82, again, still less, not even 1/5. correct? 1/4, right? This one we are getting full. See, PCS. This is only having this one. What is that? Facilities. We have all the facilities, RAM to all the buildings and so on. Therefore, all the buildings, if you put it, it will come 20. But you have to have a proof. If they ask you to send RAMs of all the buildings, you should have the photos ready. Perception, you see, this is where we are going down and down. Out of 100, they have given us only 22 marks. How can we get within 100? Very difficult, no? So this is where we are losing. Perception. Who is giving this? Not we. Stakeholders are giving. Peers are giving. Academic partners are giving. Employers are giving perception about our college. So they take all that and give the marks to all the colleges who are taking part in the NIRF ranking. So I just want to show you how much we scored out of 100 in TLR. 59.49. Again, in 95 score, our rank was 95 here. Top rank, okay, of 2021. We were within 100, remember. And we got in research 14.91 out of 100, 65.22 out of 100, 61.88 out of 100, 22.81. So you remember the percentage weightage for this? This is 40%, 15%. This was 25%. This is 10% and 10%. No perception, but this also matters, no? 10% also matters. So I have to multiply 59.49 into 0.4, 14.91 into 0.15, 25%, 10%, 10%. What will be my score? It is already given here. What do you think? From this table you see and tell me, what will be my score? Can you do this? Anybody? How much I will get? It's shown here, no?
50.82.
Yeah. I'll get 50.82. You need not do it. It's there here. That's how they calculated. And I got rank number 95. And this 50.82 is out of 100. Huh? The first college, number one college is Miranda College, Delhi. No, they get maybe 70 point something. Then we are at 50. Remember. So even if your score is near to 50 only, you are within the rank 100. But is it easy to get there? Is the question. It's not easy to get there. Okay. It is not easy to get there. That's what I wanted to tell you. And with that, I think I need to go to the site now and show you how that site looks like. You all must be knowing already. I hope it's visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, the site is
Yes.
visible. I can see it. So ranking, see here, all the parameters are given here. All the parameters. How many parameters are there? 5 parameters are there. It's given here. Okay. But document. So this is where you have to go and select the document for your college. I selected from here. Okay. This is for ranking 2022. Document you select from here. Okay. India rankings 2022. You will get for college. See, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. 40%, 15%, 25, 10, 10. Right? Fine. So similarly, you will get the entire, thing here. Up you go. Ranking of every year. See, 2016 onwards they started, I said. But 2016, they did not give ranking for colleges. 2017, they started. Okay. 17. You press on colleges here and search here Aloysius. If I put, I'll be happy to show you my college. See here, what was my rank? 44th rank at the time. All right. Even if you are not within 100, no, they will put you in this band. See up here. Can you see this small thing? 101 to 150. It is written there. Are you able
Yes.
to see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And then 151 to 200. So they give only ranks till 200. Okay. But when you click on 101 to 150, one thing I want to tell you here, these are a list of 50 colleges. Okay. But they are not in the ranking order. Many of them think that the first one is 101, next one 102. No, no, no. It's in alphabetical order. Okay. They are not telling you who is 101, who is 102. They are only giving the band. Therefore, I don't know exactly where am I unless I get the information from all the colleges. What is their total score? Like how I showed you now, my score is 50.82. I said, if I get from other colleges also in this, no, I can find out where is mine, or else I can only guess. Looking at the last score of 100, no, for example, 100 score, I know where it will be. For example, see here, 100 score. Oh, sorry, 2016, no, 2017, no, 2017 for colleges. Colleges. 100th rank, I know whose is it. It is having the rank C 34.65 also got that time. Now it is very difficult because competition has increased. You see now the present one. I will show you the present one. Present ranking of, the institutes. 2022. Ranking is over, no? What is going to come up is 2023, remember. Document is not come. So it is colleges. If you put Aloysius here, Aloysius will not be there here. You know why? Because we are not in within 100. We are in this rank, 101 to 150. Now, how to know which rank could be mine? I will have to find out where am I here. 52.09 is the 100th rank score. 52.09. And then I can calculate my score. They will send me privately in my email what is my score in each TLR, in each of the parameters, 5 parameters. Then I can calculate and find out how close am I to this 52. If I'm very close, I can always guess, no, it is within 105. So whether my name is there here is what I'm supposed to search. It will be there somewhere. 100 and St. Aloysius College, Karnataka, I have to search. I think it will be there. See, Krista Jayanti College is there here. Correct? Karnataka, you will not find many names. See, St. Joseph's Arts and Science College is there. St. Aloysius College is there here. See, can you see? Mangalore. Mangalore name is there only because of Aloysius College now. Correct now? Otherwise, yes. Bengaluru. Right? So only 3 colleges you can see in this entire list. Only 3. And there will be only 1 maybe in within 100. That's all. So only 4 in the entire state. Like that it will be. So that's the joy that we have, when we go through the NAC process. Again, it's a quality, setting up of quality benchmark. We need to take part in NIRF to see that, we improve our quality. And to take part, every year you have to give previous year's data. Should give the data carefully because this data will remain with the NIRF for 3 years. No, it becomes the data for 3 years. So I'm done. With my PPT presentation. I think I still have